Hey, good afternoon. This is Attorney Amy Rafeka here on Atlanta Wills and Trust Law Group, and I'm going live today to tell you a little bit about why we actually may not be the law firm for you to put your estate planning together. I might not be the attorney that can help you. And we're just going to really quickly talk about 3 reasons why we may not be a good fit for you and your family in estate planning. And the first of those reasons are how much time we spend working with families. And we cannot give you a will on your first visit. We cannot put your estate plan together in a couple days. And our estate plans usually take a few weeks at a minimum for us to put in place. So that might not be what you're looking for. So many times we'll get a phone call and we'll say, the individual will say, I'm leaving town in a couple days and I need an estate plan. That's probably not going to be something that we can help you with. And we just want to share with you up front right now that that's not a good fit for our law firm. Why? Because we can't help that family. So we don't want you to, worry about us being on your list if that's the case. Now, what we can do is we can start the process. So when you get back from that wonderful trip from being out of town, we can keep the ball rolling and get the ball rolling really in earnest, but we cannot give you an estate plan in a day or in an hour. So we might not be your attorney. What we can do is we can work over the next 4 to 6 weeks to help you. And that's really the second reason why we may not be the best fit for you. We are a good fit if you are looking for a really educating process. And what do I mean by educating, which I may not have just made up that phrase or word or whatever. We spend a great deal of time educating you on the process and educating you on the decisions that you're going to make and educating you on the consequences of if you choose this or you choose that in your estate plan. So we spend a lot of time educating you. And so if you have had your estate plan done in the past, many times our clients who have had estate plans in the past will turn to us and during our process of working through estate planning and say, well, I've never been asked that before. I've had a will redone 3 times, 4 times in my lifetime, and I've actually never been asked that question. So we actually ask a lot of questions that other estate planners wouldn't ask in our process, and we educate you on the decisions that you're making in your plan. So that is one of the reasons why our estate planning takes a long time. The second reason that our estate plans take a long time and we cannot give you a will in a day or a will in a week is because we want to know all about you, all about the people you want to protect, including you in your estate plan and what you are trying to protect for them. So yes, that includes your assets that will fall into your estate. And what that means is we want to know about your life insurance. We want to lay hands on it. We want to see it. We want to know who you have named as beneficiaries, and we want to tell you the consequences of what you've done in your estate plan up to date. We want to see your bank account statements and who holds them. So for example, if you are married and you and your spouse each have a bank account and the other spouse is not on that account, we want you to understand what that means. If your spouse passed away, you may have to go through the probate process to gain access to that account. And I hear about that all the time, and spouses just don't know. So we lay hands on bank accounts, we lay hands on life insurance, we lay hands on retirement and investment accounts, and we lay hands on deeds before we will even begin to ask you questions. So that process can take a couple weeks, and it's a little bit of work on the part of our clients, but at the end, they come out with a better estate plan because it's comprehensive. It looks at everything. So our process takes a few weeks because of what we do while we're working with clients. So we can't give you a will in a week. And our estate plans are really, I like to call it comprehensive and educational for our clients. And really, finally, we can't give you that estate plan in a week, and we can't, we go through this process where we're really, truly educating. I actually joke around, I was a teacher in a past life. I've never actually, well, was a substitute teacher. It was one of my jobs in college. But There's this teacher part of me, this educating part of me that wants people to understand. And so what our plan looks like is not just a few pieces of paper shoved in a folder. We give you a plan that's clearly laid out. We also give a lot of instructions and conversation tips for those that you've named in your plan. So if you've named someone to be the guardian of your children, we give you instructions and conversation tips to talk to that person about what they're supposed to do if something happens. We give you letters to your healthcare representative. We give you letters to your financial agent about what they can and can't do with that power of attorney. We give you letters to executors. We're giving you conversations to have with these people who are supposed to carry out your plan, and we give you a lot of guidance on how to talk to them about it, where to store that, should you show it to them, should you give them copies. We talk to you a lot about not just those few pieces of paper that you might get somewhere else, but what you should do with them after. And in reality, what's likely going to happen if something happens to you, your loved one, or if you become ill or injured. So we may not be a good fit for you, but if all of what we do for families sounds good to you, we would love for you to reach out to Atlanta Wills and Trust Law Group. We can be reached at 770-508-6525, and you can reach out and speak with our Director of Client Services to get you in for a free consultation. So I just wanted to jump on real quick. I've just been thinking a lot about those people who have called us and we may not be a good fit. And maybe there are a lot of people out there that have had their estate plan done and don't realize there's actually a deeper, better way, more comprehensive way to do estate planning than what they've experienced in the past. We'd love to work with you. So just hopping on real quick on this Friday, and I hope you have a wonderful and beautiful weekend. Signing off, Amy Rebecca here at Atlanta Wills and Trust Law Group.